Hello my friends and welcome to part 2 of the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV series new cast members walkthrough, where we individually go through each actor which has recently joined the Amazon show. And just like in part 1, I have made cards and go into depth about each actor or actress. And in today's video we're going to be going through the next 5. So in part 1 we looked at the first 5 actors from the list, and in today's part we're going to be looking at the next 5. So I hope you enjoy. So the first actor we're going to be looking at is Tristan Gravel, who was 39 years old and he is Welsh. So he is one, I believe, he is actually quite experienced in TV series, but he doesn't play maybe important roles, as I said on the experience section, but he's a decent TV series regular, as you can see from the bottom where he's played Victor Colliano and Mr. Selfridge, I think was actually a movie, and Baldwin in a series, I believe it's a Discovery of Witches in fact. Then you can see his other role on the left as well. And you can see from this picture itself, he looks like a bit of a maybe potentially menacing character, and maybe looks on that bit of that more shady side. So maybe he'll be playing it again, maybe playing a role like that in the Amazon show. And you can also tell that he does not have that beard in the top left picture, which was used by Lord of the Rings on Prime, in the pictures down below. So maybe the beard is for the show, who knows. But he is, looking at through all the roles he's played probably in a TV series that recurring character that you might see for about 10 to 15 minutes in each episode, or every 2 or 3 episodes. I don't think he's played like a major role yet, but probably good supporting roles. But moving on to the next actress we're going to be looking at is in fact Maxine Cunliffe, who is around 40 to 50, her age is not exact, and she is born in England but has Caribbean heritage. And she's actually quite an interesting one because she's actually quite a good and great singer and musician, and played and sung lots of choruses in stage productions, which is interesting. Maybe that'll be used in the show, maybe she'll be singing the show, who knows. But the thing about her is that she's a really good stage actress and really successful, but she hasn't played that many clear important roles or roles of significance in any movie or TV show that yet. Even though on the bottom, if you can see, she has been in the Power Rangers TV show, but I don't think she has played a major role. She was just a librarian. So I think she's had minor roles in TV shows and movies. Maybe she'll probably have another minor role. Who knows? Maybe she might have a bit much more important role in the show. But it looks like she can play. I think she can play an instrument as well. So she is quite a good musician and singer, but maybe, and also a good stage performer, but she hasn't had that much experience in actual TV shows and movies and being on the big screen yet. Now we're going to be moving on to actually a really interesting member of the cast, which is in fact Sir Lenny Henry, probably one of the most noticeable and most renowned names out of probably the entire cast, including the previous 15 actors and actresses. But yeah, in the UK, if you are from the UK, you may not know, but he's actually a famous comedian and also runs a comedic relief. I think he was one of the founders, which is a charity show in the UK, which is really famous. And he's also a really good voiceover artist with lots of experience in comedy scene and also in the voiceover fields. I think he did that animated Pirates movie a few years ago as well. But what I want to be focusing on with Sir Lenny Henry is in fact his acting roles, because he hasn't actually acted in too many TV shows or movies, even though he has done recently, but not as much, because I believe the roles he normally plays is more, not reality TV, but he had his own show. I think he had the Lenny Henry show, then he had some variants of that show, so probably like spin-off shows of his own show. So he's a good presenter as well. But the thing, as you can see on the experience section as well on the card, he is less experienced in traditional acting roles, so that normal, serious, proper roles. He's, of course, as from the bottom you can see, in Harry Potter, he did play that shrunken head in the 3rd movie, I believe, and he played Gareth in Chef, a quite old TV series now, probably over 25 years old. And his probably most recent up-to-date actual acting performance was, in fact, he played in Ed Burnett in Broadchurch, and he was really good in that. But it's interesting to see who Sir Lenny Henry might play, because there's so many things that we can depart from him. For example, he is a comedian. Will he have a comedic role? But it's also a voiceover artist. Will just be in the show, maybe doing some voiceover, be a narrator potentially. And I know there's been some rumors that he's maybe play a blue wizard or a dwarven king. We're not gonna touch on that in today's video, but it's interesting to see who he might play, because there's so many directions that he could go in and characters that he could play. But yep, it's probably one of the most well known, probably with Peter Milan, who we're going to be moving on to in the next part. But yeah. But the next cast member we're going to be looking at is in fact Fabian McCallum. And I don't have too much to say about him, because he is, as seen in the experience section, and he's between 18 to 20 years old. He's a really young and really inexperienced actor. And I think the only role I can really say he has is he played a character in Yumi and the Apocalypse, which is a UK show. So it's interesting to see who he might play. He's probably going to be, no offense to him, probably like a minor character or maybe a more prominent extra. We're just going to have to wait and see. But I don't think he'll be playing a major role or an important role. But it's interesting that I believe he's one of the people who were based in Auckland. So not born in New Zealand, but he was based in Auckland and the Australia, New Zealand area. So yeah, we'll just have to look out for him. And finally, to end part 2, we're going to be looking at the Sita J. Sandira. I'm sorry if I mispronounced or said that name incorrectly. I couldn't find the correct way to pronounce it online, my bad. But she is in fact 49 years old and her nationality is Sri Lankan. But the interesting thing about her, like Tristan Gravel, who we saw and looked through at the start of this video, is that they have both actually been in the industry, that film and TV series industry, for quite a while now. I believe the Sita has been in over 20 years now, probably. And just like Tristan Gravel at the start, and they have played roles, as you can see from the bottom, they have picked out her 3 more key roles. But she has, just like Tristan, she hasn't played that major role or played more important roles in the TV series or film she's been in. She's probably that character that you see in episode 1, 2, 5, and 7. So not in every episode, but when she is, hopefully, I haven't seen her in anything, but from what I've read about, she has been that actress that character that is quite important, but they're not there every episode, and they're not like the main thing, or their story is not revolving around them. So I believe that Tristan Gravel and the Sita are same in that retrospect, because they have actually been in, they do have experience, but maybe not experience in playing big important roles, that is that midway role. But something else about her as well, that she's a really experienced stage actress, and she's performed in a lot of course you got that Shakespearean plays, etc. So yeah, just like a lot of the actors, she has that in her locker as well. But that's the end of part 2 of the Amazon Lord of the Rings new cast members walkthrough. Hope you guys know more about the 5 new actors that we looked at in today's video. We have looked at 10 out of 20 now, so we're halfway there, so you have 2 parts left. And hopefully the cards helping as well, so you have more of an understanding of the actors, because I know some are well known, but some of them are really probably not out there as much. So hopefully you guys have a bit more of an understanding. But thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Until the next video, my friends, goodbye.